Welcome to Life is Full of It, a sub-podcast on the Best There Is Entertainment. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch.
Twitch? I don't think so. Twitch is...
Twitter.
Twatter, yes, but...
MySpace.
I always throw in Tamagotchi. If you have one of those little Tamagotchis, you can find us.
That'd be crazy.
That would be nuts.
Telepathically. You just gotta listen. So today we're at a stalemate. We're just on a stalemate today. I wouldn't say we're running out of subjects. We just don't have one for today. But
a lot of times with the subjects, I try to get it around the people that are here. So if I get, let's say, Levi on, I'll talk about Disney stuff or Star Wars. But that's usually for the Best There Is podcast. But for Life is Full of It, it's more about what's going on in life. So, like, let's say with him, he works in the food industry, so a lot of times it's food with him. Declan just goes off and goes on and on about everything. Mm-hmm. And it's fine because he doesn't... It gives you stuff to talk about, but you can't stay on one subject because it goes from one subject to the other.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's been filling up your days lately? What's been filling up life for you?
I was thinking of we could stick to kind of the subject for at least throwing out ideas for improving each other's lives. Being that we see it from one perspective, and it's always good to see it from somebody from the outside looking in.
I mean, but isn't that like kind of like fucked up for me to be like, this is what I think you need to improve on? As
long as you're not harsh about it, as long as you're like, hey, stupid.
Me, I know it's pretty obvious because I get people telling me all the time what I need to improve on. But so I don't really take it. But for me, I have to like really think, what is Adam fucking up in life? And what is he doing? I mean, it honestly.
Well, I struggle with spending.
Spending?
Yep, spending money.
I buy things all the time.
But you always seem to have... I don't pry, but I mean, you always seem to have money. You've loaned me money a couple times. And
I'm not well off. It's just I hold on to the little bit I do have. And people probably think it too, because a lot of times with like donations to things or people... I've had people say, hey, I need money to get to a wrestling show. And I'll literally just... They're like, this is my Venmo if anyone can help. And I'll go beyond what probably people give. I guarantee you people probably sent this guy like $5. Mm-hmm. And I sent 30 just because I was like, this should take him there and back if no one gives him money. Yeah. Now, do I have money? Am I rich? Fuck no. Did that hurt me? Probably. But I believe in taking care of people and being good to people. And then, so when it comes to money, people probably think it all the time. Donating to people's like leagues, little leagues and shit. Like, I'd like to be there to support, but if I can't, and, you know, they're good people, and I think they deserve it, I mean, I only could probably throw $20 your way. I can't drop the 100.
See, what I've heard is the more money that you give away, the more money comes back. It's weird.
I mean, the way karma works, you should, but that's what me and Crystal talk about, that Crystal always tells it, when's it going to be our time? My wife is always like, when's it going to be our time? When are we going to get those people to help us out? And it's like, I think about,
excuse me.
Like she was one time saying like, we should do a GoFundMe for a house or something. See if people would do it. And then I swear maybe I was dreaming. I don't think I was. I think I told my dad. My dad's like, no, you think you could do that? And I'm like, yeah, like, what's the worst? No one helps you. But that's what my wife looks for, is like, when do we get a break? Not so much that we did a lot of things for people to get that break, but it's kind of like, when do we get our break? And like, she let Ryan, who's on the Best There Is podcast, when they were in bad times, let him stay for about a year here rent free to catch up on money so they could move out, and they did. But it sucks because you're not doing it to do that, but you do wish someone would give you a break here.
I totally get it. That comes to my next thought, is like helping people when I can. I hate to be like this, but like homeless people that ask for money, they'll ask for money, and I don't like to give money because what are they going to get with this money? You know, I really feel like, and this is being totally judgmental, but it's like, look where you're at. You know, I really don't trust you to buy something for you. I'll let them know, hey, okay, what do you need?
Right.
Are you hungry? Are you thirsty or whatever? I'll get you something to eat or drink. And sorry, that was going to tip over. Just recently, I was over at Craig's house, and I had to get gas on the way home, and this dude just like kind of gave me a sob story, and I was like, I'll just give you $5. He's like, can I sell you this charger for $5?
And that's the one that gets me, is when they try to sell you something. I'm like, are they being for real? And what if I took it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, for real, but like, deal. Like, it was Christmas Eve, and I was outside of Walgreens, and the guy's like, just give me like $15 for this deck, this skater deck. Or he might have just called it a deck, but I believe it was all put together. Like, it was a skateboard. He just said deck. Unless he was going to take off and he told me something like, these are worth alone like this much. And I'm like, why? And he's like, I could go over here and get a pizza for $15 and at whatever it was, Mountain Mike's or some shit. And I was like, if you're just going to get Mountain Mike's, I'll give you the money. I should have went over there and bought it for him, but I normally do that. But I didn't, because we had to go. It was Christmas Eve. I was at Walgreens getting last minute like tape and wrapping paper or whatever the fuck it was. But what sucks is what people, I know this was way off subject where we were going, but it sucks. I have I guess it's an ex-friend or whatever, but whenever he does anything nice for somebody, he has to put it on Facebook and social media.
Oh.
And he makes a huge story, like it's literally like paragraph after paragraph. Like he tells it like a novel. Where I was
I don't know how people could talk that much.
They're like, I mean, I could talk a lot, but for me, bragging, I can't do that much, or I start fucking like feeling like I'm a vomit. How stupid I sound.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was out for a jog. When I was out for a jog, I was thinking to myself, blah 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 blah. And then it's like once I got done, I was hot, I was sweaty, and I ended up going to think, you know what, I need something to drink. So I walked into 7-Eleven. They go through that whole thing, and then I saw this nice old lady, and we had a long talk, and da 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 da. Then I ended up just going, you know what, let me buy you lunch. And it's like this whole fucking thing just to fucking like get, as the kids say, clout. And I'm like, keep that shit to yourself. Like, who cares? Like, be good to people. There's like, for example, there was one time, again, I don't like telling people because I don't want fucking that, not pity, but that attention where you're trying to get attention.
Uh-huh.
But like, I was straight up like, some dude's like, hey man, can you spare any change or anything? And I was like, no, we were getting sandwiches in a sandwich shop. I was like, I got nothing on me. He's like, can you, I go, are you hungry? He's like, yeah, I need to eat. I'll buy you a sandwich. He's like, oh, dude, yeah. And I was like, what do you want? He's like, I'll take seriously anything. I was like, all right.
Just eat bread and bread.
So I just fucking took a shit. I took a shit in a sandwich, and no. So I got him a good sandwich, like a good size. I went and got him chips with it, got him just a water because it was hella hot that day. And then I stuck in the paper wrapper. I put like $20 in there. Like, did I go home and put it on Facebook or anything? No, it was just like, I felt bad. And the dude was legit with me. He wasn't bullshitting me. He was just like, dude, I'm hungry. It's hella hot.
Uh-huh.
And this dude was probably younger than me. And he just had his bike with him and a bunch of little bags. Didn't look homeless. Looked like he was just struggling. And I was like, whatever, dude. What? Yeah, will it hurt me and my wife? Probably. It probably would dent us a little bit. But it's humanity, man. It sucks. And again, if I was in that situation, I'd want someone to scratch my back. And funny thing about my back. Funny thing about my back, it's on, what do you say, on my dick. I don't know. Or on my cock or some shit. I don't know.
I actually went to Walmart on Auburn, and I did the same thing. So, hey man, I can get you something to eat. You're hungry, I'll get you a sandwich and a water or something. I came back, I was like, I just gotta shop a little bit real quick because I gotta get stuff for myself. I came back and dude was gone.
Damn.
And I bought a sandwich that I didn't even like, so I was like, I wasted it. I felt so bad.
That sucks. Most people, if you'll be back out here, usually they stay.
So I mean, I don't know, we could start from there. Like, from rock bottom, what would you do to start trying to improve your life?
Like, I have nothing anymore.
Mm-hmm. Like, I see all these people, like, and I hate to be, like, they're beggars. Hey, anything helps. But it's like, what if you change your sign to saying, hey, looking for a job, I have nothing, not anything helps?
Yeah, I think that's the first place you would have to go. I've seen, again, people share so much on TikTok on like, I helped this guy, I took him to Disneyland, or I did this, or whatever.
That's just for clout.
And why can't you just do it without telling people? But there are people on there I've seen that document, and it's kind of
I've seen that too. I know what you're talking about.
it's kind of exploiting them, but at the same time, it is good to see some stuff. And this is one I would let slide, because you don't see people go up to someone and go, "Oh, you want a job? I'll give you a job," and then they record their progress of moving up. They're getting them haircuts and shit like that.
Yeah, I watched one where a dude was trying to help this like ex-gangster mom and the kids, and she ended up moving in with some dude, and the dude was like taking all the money that the guy was giving her, and he was like, "Dude, I was giving you like $2,000 a day, so where's all that money going?" And then
I think I saw something like that. And what was happening?
The boyfriend moved in, and he was pretty much just taking all the money that was going to that the anonymous person was giving to that lady. And he's like, I went into your apartment, and I was expecting to see toys for kids, and I didn't see any of that, blah blah blah. And he's like, I'm sorry, because he has a GoFundMe page, and that the money from the GoFundMe he gives to the people.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, this is other people's money, I can't be doing that, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to, good luck.
Or you get them out of that situation, or I would try.
That's the thing, is he did.
Kids.
He did. He got her out of the situation, changed phone number, and she went right back to it after a while. And it's like,
and it sucks because you can't just take the kids out of the situation, because the mom still has the rights to the kid. I don't want to say the rights, but it's still your kids. You can't be like, oh, let's call CPS, because then you're getting yanked away, and then you can't watch over them at that point. So it's just all a difficult situation. But no, I think if you're rock bottom, you would definitely be like those people who say, I will work. But then there's people like at Home Depot that aren't illegal and want work. And sometimes they get used, sometimes they don't. But they're probably living, having a house or something. You know what a lot of people want? A lot of people want to go to jail to get free food, shelter.
it's so stupid.
But, I mean, if you're homeless and you have nothing,
I guess.
that it sucks to be in that system, but some people that have been already in it and know what they get out of it. They know that they get food, they know that they're gonna get shelter, and then they're back on the street homeless and they're sick or whatever. There's been people that have stolen like one thing or whatever, and they're like, I just want to go to jail to get, I mean, they probably got still more than that, but they say that they want to go in just to get taken care of or whatever. But then that's what the hard thing is. Now you got to be grateful for what you're in, the situation you're in. Like, I got to be grateful I can afford a house we're renting. I have a wife and son that I love and all that. But you have to you think always in your shoes what I'm dealing with. You can't worry about the homeless person outside. You can't worry about this person living a great life. You worry about your life always. And everyone always says, well, you got to worry about, or not worry about, you got to think about the people in Africa or whatever they say. People that don't have anything and stuff. And it's hard to go, yes, in that moment when you're sitting there trying to figure out, okay, if we buy out food tonight, tomorrow we're not going to have money for food. So then what are we going to eat for that day? Are we going to just, okay, it looks like we have bread and cheese. We're going to have to make grilled cheese. All that kind of stuff. It's hard for people to throw at you. For me, and for me to throw it at others. But hey, man, be grateful. Because it is true. Be grateful for what you got. But I can't blame people for being like, dude, I'm thinking in the moment about my situation. Because it's harder to just ignore it, because you have to figure out your own plans. Yeah, I can sit here and be like, oh yeah, I got this, I got that, but that doesn't put shit in my fridge. That doesn't put gas in my car. Mental state, dude. Like, be grateful. It'll make you be positive. Or all I've been getting told recently, be positive. It's hard when negative shit just feels like it drops on you, and your state of mind just feels negative. So you have to work. It's a behavior to have a positive attitude. Just like for me being negative, it's a behavior. It's something that you pick up and you just don't change it or whatever. I'm almost probably addicted to having a negative attitude. Much as I don't want to admit that, but it probably is. I mean, if not, you would just drop it and be happy. That's why I get mad when people are just like, be happy. Be happy. It's like, yeah, fuck you too. Like, how do you just sit there and be like, yeah, I'll be happy? But there's real things in life going on, things around in your life that are around you that will make you, you know, and there's people that live lifestyles that are like monks that don't have nothing but meditate and pray or whatever, and they're happy. That's it. I'm not that
That's because they don't. That's one thing I want to touch on is, like, you know, people are like, oh, well, people in Africa don't have they don't have that. But you, like, I think it was one of my friends on Facebook that actually went to, like, Africa or posted something about somebody who went there, and they're like, it's actually peaceful not having to worry about people texting your phone or what are you going to do for the day or whatever, because you just live. You know, you don't have all these things that first world country has. You got social media, you got people who, I don't know, you just worry about your weight or whatever gets you down during the day. Here it's not over there because you're just living. You don't have all that,
and you can't change that here. Much as people are like, just get off social media, get off this stuff, will still come around to you.
I could say you can probably manipulate it. For a long time I wasn't on Facebook.
I think my life would be better not on things, but then I used to think, what do I go on when I'm bored? And you're supposed to do something else. Go fucking draw, go paint. But you really got to have that drive to go out that box.
Yeah, definitely. I've been struggling with kind of working out, which I need to hit up Craig again to go to the gym. But
like hobby-wise, my hobbies are a lot on the internet. I get to read about movies. I get to read about cartoons. I get to read about comic books. I get to read about wrestling. It's like, you know, those are things that I want to see, and it's on social media. So it sucks.
You can't go straight to the source. Like start writing down sources and just go to the source instead of seeing it through social media.
A lot of them are through websites, though, and stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
And they share on whatever. I mean, but a lot of people use YouTube or Facebook to do it, and that's usually where I'm at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I would just try to think of, like, a way to where you can minimize your Facebook usage. Because I seen last week, it was like, your phone usage was up like 10% or whatever, and this time it was actually down 17%. It's either I'm really busy at work or it's just I'm not interested in going on social media. But I find myself, like, I'll close Facebook and then I'll go reopen it, and it's just like, I was just fucking here. What the hell?
It's almost like it's not a tick, but it's something that you do over again. What?
A habit,
I guess. Yeah, a habit where you'll press it open when you just close it. Mm-hmm. It's fucking weird. It's sad because, again, we shouldn't live like that. We shouldn't do that. And I think even, like, the whole hitting rock bottom, we still look at these things. If you had the opportunity to go online and look at these things, you would. We want things that we see. I'm just more realistic of, like, I don't want a Bugatti. I want a running car, you know, a good car. But would I like a new one? Sure, I would like a new one. It'd be nice to get something like that. But it's just all, I don't know. Like you said, the whole not third world, but where you're somewhere where it's so disconnected, it probably is a lot peacefuler, but it'd be hard for people like us to adjust to it because we'd be bored. We're not used to it. And like I said, if we quit social media, I feel like it gets to the point where it's hard because that,
I think it would be hard for a little bit because there would be that void where it's like, what do? I usually go on Facebook, but then it's like, we got to find something. Like for you draw pretty good. You can color. I mean, start typing up stories.
Coloring books I've done but that's usually when I'm not doing it at all. Not for fun. They're doing it for me to soothe myself. Like you said, working out, but working out's tough, dude. Like tomorrow, like we were talking about going out for a walk on this trail that I go with my holistic doctor on, and it's rough. Like, luckily he's asking me questions and we're trying to, like, heal me, talk about things that are affecting me. if I go with my wife and stuff, it's just me talk about the same shit that we always talk about, like my anxiety, depression. Then if I bring my son there, but the thing is, like, I get out of breath just talking to you right now. I sweat right now, just sweating in my chair. So walking and doing it, like, I don't know, it's rough. And my wife is like, you need a sweat, because she's like, when you work out in here with your weights and stuff, you're never sweating. But to be real, I put a fan in front of me, I fucking make it comfortable, I grind out the weight sessions, and I feel it, they hurt. Like my chest is killing me, my shoulders, as I did both of those the other day. But I do it very comfortable, and I take breaks. I'm not at a gym, so I could do it over 4 hours and get an hour workout in, and just stop, watch TV. I'm out of breath, lay down for a little bit, get back up. Who knows? I may not be doing it the greatest, but I do it, and I don't sweat really, because I'm not surrounded by a million people, and I'm not pushing it. But that's all I could give back to myself, I guess. I don't know. Do you think, as far as you getting in your lifting like you're supposed to do today, you said you did it, is it just because when you don't feel well, or do you feel like you're just slacking?
Rephrase the question.
Are you slacking at your weightlifting right now?
Oh, definitely. Most definitely, sir. For what reasons? I'm not motivated. I'd rather be at a gym, just because, well, if I was paying for the gym, I would definitely go because I'm paying for the gym.
Yeah.
There's just a lot more machines to work out there, and it's a lot easier to work out different parts of your body at a gym as compared to trying to do squats with dumbbells. That shit's hard because you can't hold a dumbbell like a barbell. You have to hold it kind of at an angle, and then that's like throwing weight forward, and that's kind of like messing up my postures. I go to squat, and that makes it a little bit more difficult. But a lot of the time it's just not feeling motivated, and I think that comes from really not doing too much during the day. And I start to get headaches too when I don't do much during the day. Like when I texted you earlier, the first time, you're like, oh, when I said, is that an invite? I wanted to start working out then, but then I just rolled over and went back to sleep, and then woke up, ate a little bit, and then I wanted to work out, and then I started to do shoulders and started to get a headache, and I was like, I'm not going to work out.
Do you think if you kept going?
Probably not. No. It probably wouldn't have got any better, because it felt like as soon as I started doing it, it started getting worse.
Motivation's a rough thing. Like right now I'm in a bad spot with depression, and all it is me. It's all on your shoulders to get better. I want someone else to help me really bad, and I even hit up the doctor that's able to be holistic, and because I go to a normal doctor, but these guys are more about nature, Eastern medicine, which is fine with me because I take both the best worlds. But I need to get more contact into, as they say, touch grass, get more into the world and stuff, because I'm so sheltered and bottled up in a house, and I don't want to go out for walks, appreciate nature. I hate the sun, I hate the summer, so it's just really hard right now to get that motivation of getting out and like, okay, I need to get out here, I need to walk, I need to go out, I need to go down, least to the mailbox, breathe some fucking outside air, feel some of the sun. But it's just, I don't want to. I just want to lay down. Like, and that's what I worry about. Like, I'm just wasting days away. Like, I'm just wasting days away to get to the next day, to go to bed. I just want to go to bed. And like, even today, I woke up like, I think 10 o'clock, which is really early for me compared to what I wake up at. And my wife worked last night, so she was sleeping next to me. I got up. She had breakfast out. Of course, it was hella cold because she got home way early. And I ate some. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go lay in bed next to her. Like, I miss my wife. I'm going to lay with her. Out. Wake up again. Fuck, I fell asleep. I'm just going to lay here for a second, then I'll get up. Out. Got up. Came out to the living room. She's up. Lecturing me. Telling me I need to stop sleeping so much. You need to get up. You need to get outside. She's like, you need to start working out as soon as you wake up. And that to me sounds crazy. that motivation to, you know, work out or whatever. And you talk about coming from rock bottom. I'm not even rock bottom. I have all these things. I have these tools, but I'm just lazy. And
I'm not saying that you're coming from rock bottom, but I want to use that as an example.
well, I know I'm saying, but like I'm not even from that point, but it feels like it because I just want to give up. I don't know how many times I told people, and what does that mean? Does that mean kill yourself? I don't think so, but it just, you have a feeling of I just want to toss the towel. I'm tired of fighting this. And yeah, I told her I was laying down. She was like, you need to quit laying down. And I'm like, I don't like sitting up. Like my back hurts, everything hurts. And I'm laying down, and we met up with my friends today to have dinner and stuff. And I was like, I'm waiting for him to text me. She's like, all right. So I was like, I'm gonna lay here, put the fan on me. I was hot, out again. And then he texted me back a little bit later. Then I woke up and I was like, fuck, he's gonna be here soon. And this turned into 4 o'clock. So between 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock, I was going back and forth of being up, being wake, up, wake, up, wake. And right now I feel tired. Like right now I feel like, well, I think my head hurting doesn't help. But I just feel like laying down, not doing shit. But then you get stuck in your thoughts, and that's always the thing too. Like you got to make those thoughts positive. I hope I get to the day where I can and I can teach people repetitively. You got to do that, and it's just hard. I can't imagine everyone that's trying to teach me because I can't get that motivation.
I don't know about having always positive thoughts. You can be positive, I believe. But I mean, in reality, some of your thoughts aren't going to be positive, and you just got to learn how to either get rid of them, cope with them, or turn them better, I guess. But for me, you know, you're saying that you want somebody to help you with digging yourself out of this hole. You know, since I haven't been to, you know, like all the doctors and, you know, the extent of conversations you've had, I have to pretty much just do, I guess, self-help. And
that sucks too.
And you know,
self-help is great. There's like a million books I've read and stuff, but you still got to do it. The book can't do it for you, and that's what sucks.
Like at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, I understand I got to do it, and you know, I'm getting better because I'm trying to look at the little things about where I was, and you really can't do it in a short amount of time. You can't be like, oh, where was I yesterday? Because you're pretty much in the same place unless you hit the lottery or something, right?
Right.
But you know, you just, for me, it's like, what can I do to? I really got to find a way to either improve my mood or get my mind off the negative activities. You know, either playing music or playing video games.
That's what I feel like I need to do half the time is get on an app. Talking about escaping, we talk about not using it, but sometimes that's my escape, and everyone hates that. Going on to Facebook or whatever is my escape. Reddit, my escape. But games, apps that are video games, I'll play all day. I need things that are like sports, like football, basketball, something like that. Bowling. I have a bowling game I play all the time.
I play pool on my phone sometimes.
And I play it, and it distracts me. I get out of my head. I'm focusing on trying to hit the right pins and stuff. And it's helped me some dark nights when I can't sleep. I mean, I thought of Batman right now, but some nights where I'm just in dark, cloudy thoughts and I can't sleep, and it's sad, and I'm vulnerable at that time, and I'll just go on it, and it'll ease me. And it's weird because it's technology that we shouldn't be relying on.
No, it's a way to decompress.
Like I've been
I feel that is, at least. Like I come home, sorry to interrupt, I come home and I'm fucking stressed. Get on, kill some aliens on, you know, Extraction, or I'll race on Forza and fucking slide my car into walls and shit.
I used to have long days, and I couldn't wait to get home and play Batman games, especially the one where you get to drive the Batmobile. I don't know which one that was. It might have been the third one, Arkham Knight. But I just remember, like, it's just, I could shut everything off. And that's why sometimes buy things, and it sucks because games cost so much money, but if you think they're going to be therapeutic to you, you want to do it. Like right now, Street Fighter came out, and I love fucking fighting games. And then
really?
Oh my god, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I can play all fucking day. Like, I love that. People love number 2 a lot. I didn't really grow with number 2, but number 3, I got into it with my friends. Not to mention they added like Deadpool and Ghost Rider and Hawkeye and people that number 2 had a lot of people, but 3 just added unique characters like Rocket Raccoon and shit like that. But yeah, in this new Street Fighter, you could build characters as well. My cousin told me, Ryan,
who's on the Best There Is
podcast. You could build your own character, and you like level them up to become one of the fighters, I guess. And I was like, dude, that sounds great. And that might be good distractions at night, because if my wife's at work, I have really no one to talk to. What really gets me is when my mom and wife are both working the same night, and they work at the same hospital. So when I'm having like triggered nights where I'm like, oh man, I can't figure this out, and I can't motivate myself to fight the thoughts and motivation, you can
Are
beat
puzzles
this.
boring to you?
Depends on the puzzle.
Like, we can go from puzzle pictures to
puzzle pictures no.
to a fucking Rubik's
Tetris
cube.
Is different.
Tetris. I mean,
like
there's those like impossible puzzles where you have to actually like fucking do shit on the item to actually unlock it and shit.
You mean the ones like you eventually open it and your grandpa's like, I gave you $5 in the middle of it, like those ones?
No, but I guess.
Well,
like there's ones where there's this guy on YouTube that just unlocks secret. I mean, not secret, but like super difficult locks. But it's a puzzle to unlock it. So maybe, I don't know, maybe trying a Rubik's Cube or some type of impossible puzzle. There's those balls that have, spheres that are see-through that have like a bunch of different little tracks in them that you have to move the metal ball inside the sphere. Have you ever seen those?
No.
It's like a physical therapy thing. But
yeah,
I mean,
I've never seen many physical therapy things that are like games.
it's like a maze, and you have to navigate the ball, and like the ball roll on these steps, and you have to like stop it at a certain point, and then it'll roll to this railing, and you have to
all I
bounce
think
it.
about are those cheap little like toys that have the little metal balls in it.
It's something like that.
And you got to roll it around.
It's something like that, but it's a actual sphere that you have to like. It gets fucking crazy difficult. And there's like every little area is a level or whatever. There's like 100 levels in them.
I have apps that are like wood planks,
And you have to move them around. Yeah, that's cool. Those are pretty easy, but
no, I got to the point where it fucks you up because you have a timer. And,
oh, really?
Yeah. Things like that are good, but if it gets too hard, or again, so many commercials with them, if you don't get like the straight free ones that are, but everyone's trying to make money.
I usually, if I really like the game, I'll pay for no ads.
Yeah, but it depends on the game.
Yeah, I've got a couple of games where I paid for no ads.
You kind of said that. You're like, it depends on the game.
I've got a couple of games where I've paid for no ads.
How much more different is it?
It's a lot different because you don't have to wait for that fucking ad.
The price.
Oh, for no ads? If it's a free game, it's usually like $3 for no ads.
Oh, yeah. So for me, it's like, I don't know, like the bowling game, it already costs hella money just to get the in-game money. And you can't really even compete with people in that game unless you have money. Mm-hmm. So one time for like $3, I bought money just to be set.
In a special bowling ball?
I think you get a ball, probably.
The pool game, I bought a little bit of money, and it came with a special pool stick.
Ooh.
It shoots ghosts.
That's cool. But yeah, so I mean, games are okay. They're more of a distraction than motivation. But I don't know.
Well, that's the thing is, if you're in a bad spot and you can get your mind away from that, then maybe you can find to do something to do, be motivated. Like, I really think I should go back to the every time I die in a video game, like a shooter, I do push-ups or curls or squats. That was a really good way that
Does that take away from your experience of just chilling out playing a video game?
No, because I'm still having fun. I might regret it at the end of a match. Like, oh shit, I went fucking 10 and 12. Now I got to do 10 push-ups. Or 12 push-ups. Like, if it's if it's under 5, then I'll do 5 per death. But if it's over 5, then I'll do 1 each.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna do no fucking 50 push-ups if I died 10 times. But going back to what I was trying to get to is, like, for me, you know, sometimes when I'm in the shower crying or whatever.
Damn, you hella jump.
Yeah, dude.
It
gets bad, man.
You're talking about playing pole, and then you're
just a distraction, right? But here's the thing is, like, for self-help, it's like, you know, I come from a Christian background, or at least, like, growing up with Christian friends and going to their church and all that. And it's like, oh, we'll just pray about it. And it's like, I've thought about it, and it's like, God isn't going to sit here, and this is just my personal belief, God isn't going to sit here and be like, all right, everything's good, and snap his fingers. God's going to give you tools for you to improve your life yourself.
They always say he gives you, what is it?
Opportunities, tools.
No, he gives you nothing that you can't handle. Basically, everything that you get, the hardships,
he's putting you through for a reason.
You can handle it. Mm-hmm. He wouldn't give you what you couldn't handle. What gets you motivated to get out of the shower and stop crying?
Sometimes I just get angry. It was happening a lot when my eczema was really bad on my face. So, like, every time I jumped in the shower, when the water would hit my open wounds, it would just burn. But yeah, dude, there's sometimes where I take like an hour-long shower. There's times where I've fallen asleep in the shower.
That's not safe.
Just because... Why?
You could drown.
Nah.
Are you laying down, I assume? You can't fall asleep standing up.
It's a stand-up shower, and I'll just point the water in one direction and just sit in the corner on the other side. Wow, that sounds really bad speaking about it out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you need me to call somebody for you?
But that's still safe, I guess, to sleep. Because people die sleeping in their baths.
That's a bath, and you can drown in 2 inches of water, yeah, but...
Usually it's because they're on drugs or something. Because if you start to slip in, you wake up. But if you're knocking yourself out...
Oh, and it's a shower, not a bath, so...
I know, I'm just saying in general. But damn, that's a lot of wasted hot water.
I know. I feel bad a lot of the time, but it's just like...
I mean, you do what you need to do.
No, because I'm fucking running up the water bill. I'm also wasting water, you know, and it's like...
Well, I usually don't take showers. I usually do every 2 days. I'll take a shower.
That's disgusting.
That's normal. You're not supposed to shower that much.
Look every day.
Up, bro.
No way, dude. I get like grease on me. I ain't gonna leave that on me for 2 days.
Well, I guess that makes sense. But if you're normal, your body takes care of itself.
Oh, so I'm abnormal now.
Yeah, because you're getting extra shit on you.
It's not shit. It's but I don't know, man. It's like,
if you get shit on you, yes, you should probably wipe it off and wash it off, not let it linger. But like the other day though, like I usually wouldn't yesterday, but I was having such an off day. Even right now today, I probably wouldn't mind just sitting in the shower for a second. And
I shower with the lights off too.
Damn, romantic.
It's weird. It's weird, dude. Suzanne, she would like shower and bathe with like.
Suzanne is one of your exes, just in case someone listens, because you're throwing a name out. No one knows.
Just a friend. So she had like these little like, not really Christmas lights, but they're like decoration lights, and it was like an ambient light, and it's like really relaxing. So I went and got 2 night lights for the bathroom. And it's enough light to where you can see everything, but it's not like...
You can make sure you're washing your wiener. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my mom's bathroom, I shower in there after I go swimming because of the chlorine. If I'm going to hang out there for a little bit, I really don't want the chlorine. And usually, even if I'm going straight home, I hate the fucking feeling of that water, the chlorine water on you.
You're lucky you don't have eczema, dude.
Yeah, well, that'd probably... clean it up, wouldn't it?
No, it dries me out like a motherfucker.
Damn, that sucks.
Oh, we just got demonetized.
Oh, there it goes. But she has a brand new fucking bathroom downstairs. No one goes into it. Looks like a sauna. How the wood looks and all that. It looks really nice. And I'm only in there for like 10 minutes or so, but it's just nice just to get that off. But the way it's lit, you could turn on certain lights on and off. You can have the whole bathroom where the toilet is, which is heated, and it's got a bidet. It's fucking nuts. It's gross feeling though. Feels like a fat ass dude was sitting there before you. It's so hot. But
You get to adjust the temperature, or is it just on and off?
No, I think you can.
Okay.
The sink, the toilet, it's all off, basically, the light. But then there's a dim light over the bathroom. So fucking therapeutic. It feels so good. I just shower by myself.
I turn on the Twilight, the twinkles.
Turn on some music, some Jack Johnson, some John Mayer.
I put up a forest wallpaper.
And put on a...
I would honestly like to shower in something like that. Not like the real shit, how some people have, but like a wallpaper of like a forest or a meadow.
The wood is very soothing, how it looks. It looks like a sauna, like how it looks
on the beach. No, that would be shitty. I wouldn't
But you
want to
can
shower
have
on the beach. It's weird.
Jungle sounds.
Swamp.
Well, what sounds would you
Nuclear
listen
waste.
to?
I put on sometimes sad music.
I know. Sad music's therapeutic sometimes, though.
You just gotta cry it out, dude. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
I have a playlist that's just called Down Music.
I don't have that, but I do know some go-to songs.
Be like, where down we go.
I love them. Kaleo.
But it's just sometimes you gotta relate to what someone else is going through.
But what I really wanted to try and like cover is like things that we can do to improve either our mood, our living situation, our physicality, anything. You know, we're not at rock bottom. I don't know how low you want to say you are. I'm pretty low.
I'm pretty low.
I feel like today I didn't really wake up. The boys wake up hell early. My two kids, they were up at like 7 something, and I knew it too. And I'm like, no, going back to sleep. And what I'll do is I'll lay down on the couch because they like to play out in the living room. But you know, it's like I really didn't get out there till like 9 o'clock. So the boys haven't eaten then. They're running around. I'm feeling bad.
That's the tough part, is being responsible for people when you're like this. Like me, I don't have to now. My son can feed himself.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But you know, it's just like that. Like you're saying, you feel like you're wasting days. I feel like I'm wasting hours. You know, the boys could definitely be doing some other stuff. But yeah. So like
improving is just like I said. You gotta just push every day.
But some things shouldn't have to feel like you're pushing, right? Like right. It should. I don't know about feeling like it comes naturally, but some things, I don't want to say like something's got to give, but like some things should be easy, right? There's got to be something for either you or me that we just haven't been
that's why they say supplements, vitamins. Like we're not getting the correct vitamins. Vitamin D, vitamin B, magnesium is a huge one that I'm
Isn't that for
supposed to be
sleep?
taking. Yeah, it helps you with sleep. It helps you with other things. But if we're having shitty sleep, you know. There's a lot of things that I think I've been ignoring that I know I should take and I don't. And then there's drugs. I mean, if weed helps you, God bless you. I'm thinking about microdosing now. You know, everyone's pushing me in that direction. Anything to rewire the brain to get it healthier.
That's the thing is, does it really rewire it? Like, how can you change something that is organically set?
What do you mean?
Like... And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, well, that doesn't sound like it works. But it just sounds like something that is odd. Like how psilocybin rewires the brain. It's like, first of all, we don't have just wires that are attached to something, you know.
We have a lot of receptors and things going all around our brain and stuff. And like for me being like, let's say agoraphobia, I had it really bad at one point. I had to get myself there. My brain had to eventually get to that point. And then I slowly started coming out of it. I'm not 100% out of it. But so things get changed. And
what do you feel like you've done?
Pushed it. Had to get out more. Do more things. Keep pushing. I still need to get out more. I still need to push more. But you definitely could see that you can change. Mm-hmm. But like I said, there's people that... picking up a cigarette habit, it's addictive and stuff like that, and in your brain you get addicted to it, and it wires your brain that you want it. So I think you have to rewire it, and it's a fight. You have to fight to rewire it, and people eventually get off it and don't need it again. Then there's others that fall back because the wiring's not correct yet. So I think there are ways to do it, and we have to learn you can learn things and you can unlearn it, basically. And that's kind of what we have to do. It's just, sadly, it's all your own motivation, and that's the issue. How bad you want to push yourself.
Yeah, it sucks.
And I'm lazy because I don't want to push myself.
It sucks because that's what I've been trying to tell you, and I know I've done it in a shitty way, but
I mean, everybody
really
does
like,
it in their own way.
Yeah, but I was aggressive that night. But
you're probably drunk or some shit.
No, it's just I was kind of fed up with you because I know the person that you are and the person that you've been, and just to hear. I don't want to say. I mean, it sounds like excuses to me. They're reasons for you.
They're excuses. I've had literally my practitioner tell me I'm making excuses. My mom told me yesterday I'm making excuses. My wife today told me I'm making excuses. No matter what I'm talking about, I'm making excuses.
I just don't want to, because for me it's like negative. I mean, you could be
negative reinforcement, kind of.
Yeah. What is it? You could have constructive. Yeah, criticism, and I don't want to be like negatively impacting you, being like, because there's certain way people want to be talked to, and it just sucks, dude.
Sometimes
because
it's tough love. I mean,
like I said, yeah, there's definitely tough love, but like I said, dude, I know the person you are. I know the drive you have. You've had your own shop, multiple locations. Just battling this every day, and it's just like for me to hear you say like you're damn near hopeless is like, it's kind of heartbreaking to me, because again, I know the person that you are,
right? And
it sounds like to me it's excuses, but for you it might be reasons, and I do separate the two. A reason is a valid reason, and an excuse is just something to beat around the bush or just not commit to something.
Well, so it's like, I just get in these funks, and instead of just keeping them to me, I want to tell people about them, and that's the problem too. I need to deal with it myself, get in my own head. I don't like being in my head, so I need to motivate myself to just handle it and not call my mom, who I bank on for everything, not call my wife or not bring her into it. It's just really hard because they can't do anything. They can't.
I mean, you don't have to go it alone. You have a support system, just like I have a support system.
I get that, but I'm saying there's certain things that they can't fix, and it's a lot of motivation behind it that only you can bring, honestly. Do you think there's anything personally we've talked a lot about me, but that you need to motivate yourself on? You said working out, but anything as far as mental, in real life, work?
See, and that's the thing is like, kind of growing up the way I did, it was just you fucking shut up and work. You put in work. It's baseball. Do you want to get better? Or you want to whine about it? No, I want to get better. So I had to put in the work. Mechanics. Do I want to sit here and be Lube Express? No, I don't. First of all, I went to school, or I was going to school, and I know a lot more than being a lube tech. I've also...
What's a lube tech do?
If everything goes good, we just do the most we're supposed to do is change your oil, check, do a multi-point inspection, set tire pressure, change your oil filter, and change your windshield wipers or replace a battery, or stuff that's super easy.
Just lame jobs, basically.
Yeah, it's super easy.
Then what do you want to do instead then, if you don't want to do a lube tech?
I want to move up higher, and I am learning stuff to move up higher. I've been doing alignments on Subaru. It's going to be really easy because there's not a lot of adjustments, and people don't come in with like aftermarket shit. Like my car's aftermarket, it's lowered. I had to fix a couple of issues on my suspension. That's why it took a couple of days, because I aligned it without the parts on it, just to make sure that my car was good, and to see what I was working with.
I see.
Then I installed suspension components on the rear, and I had to realign it again. And when you fuck with the rear,
so you have to keep realigning it?
I mean, in a perfect world and I installed everything at once, I would just have to align it once. But the time, because I'm not that experienced and I don't have my own tools and all that shit.
Right.
It takes a little bit longer to install parts. And then because I messed with the new parts that were installed, corrected my issue a little bit as compared to what the stock ones were. So that already messed with the alignment. So I had to take it back on the alignment rack, and I had to
Well, luckily you have access to all that, right?
Yeah, it's so much better. I thought about it the other day. Like, I had my aftermarket coilovers installed and had my car lowered by a car shop around the corner from our house, and I paid $1,900 for it. And I'm thinking the coilovers themselves are $900. So really, that's all I need to spend next time is just the money on the pieces.
That's
yeah.
So much.
Huh?
Said that's so much.
Well, it's labor. It's 4 pieces. Oops. It's 4 coilovers, and they replaced the lower control arms and a sway bar link.
And again, you want to be able to do all this on your own?
I can't do all this.
Shop?
I can't do all this.
I know, but as a job.
Mm-hmm.
So do you do this at your job?
Yeah.
So what does that have to do with you motivating yourself to do?
Well, no, it's just like I was trying to get to it, but like that's one thing that is motivating for me is seeing that I'm improving and I'm learning more stuff, and it's like I guess it's self-value. I don't know, learning my self-worth.
It's nice to learn your self-worth. Like, I get reminded by everybody, but it's just hard to feel it yourself.
Yeah, definitely, and it's because we do self-sabotage.
Oh, 100%.
You know, and then I just recently started, like, I mean, I guess I've always asked for help at work, but I wouldn't want to go overboard.
I overdo it. I ask for, like, I mean, how many times do I text you, what are you doing? Usually those days, I'm selfish because I want your attention. Like, yeah, I don't mind talking, but usually it's like, yeah, I'm not doing well, and I want to talk to someone. And maybe you could get me out of my headset, and we can talk about whatever. And I try my hardest not to bring up what's going on, but usually you're like, are you doing okay? And I'm like, not really, but I need to talk anyways.
Yeah, well, I mean,
are you okay? And I'm like, not really, but I should just ignore it and be like, nope, let's talk about this. So, I don't know. There is a lot
because that is a form of self-sabotage.
Yeah, it's total self-sabotage. I don't know. Anyways, I got to ask my wife what's going on with our son, because it's already late in the evening, and he'd be home by now. So,
is that a podcast?
That's basically, I think, a podcast. It was good. It was for us winging it today. And
how much we go? For how long?
We're about at an hour.
Cool. I'm satisfied.
I'm satisfied thoroughly. I just don't feel well, man. Sweating a lot. My stomach hurts, and I think it aches. Dude. I think our buddy came by and cooked, and maybe it didn't sit well with me. My stomach is killing me right now, and I got the sweats, and I have a headache.
I've been having a problem with taco meat. I don't know why. Like, I feel like it's not digesting. Maybe
you don't like girls.
Smell like after shaving taco meat.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get sick from it. I kept thinking this whole time, like, I don't want to get sick, but what if throwing up makes it feel better? But right now, it's just the bottom of my gut. It's just hurting. And I took Tums before we started too. I was like, I'm gonna take some Tums, but I don't think it's gonna help. But whatever. TMI. That was it. Thank you guys for listening. You could like, subscribe, and share. That'd be great. But hopefully people give it a listen, and we appreciate it. We're throwing out our heart here, throwing out our stories here for people to listen and talk back. I definitely want to get people on here to talk about their own issues and bring them on through Discord or something.
Do you still have...
Like, we have a caller.
Do you still have Best There Is line?
Yeah. I pay for it, so I could do that. I don't know the line at the moment.
You don't have it saved anywhere? On your phone? I'd say just look it up. Hey, you guys have any questions? Contact this number if you might be able to get on the podcast.
I would say I have to look at it and give it certain hours.
Go ahead and call this number 8675309.
And that's it. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Bye.